We got a situation out here to where a player decided to act like his mama. Where a player decided to act like his mama out here and things didn't go his way. Us in law enforcement like for you citizens to comply. This is really what we would like because it makes the day go by easier. You know, the objective is to make it home unmolested. We have a situation out here to where a player done got tased in the face though. A Chicago man done got tased in the face and he done lost his eye. This thing may look a little nasty when we show it, so bring your children inside the room and place them in front of the television while y'all watch a player, or if you watching me on your phone, tell your children, ooh, come look at his eye when we show it to you. Here we go.
He has permanent damage to his right eye after being tased in the face by a Robbins police officer. Now, the Robbins Police Department claims Bradford was hostile when he was asked to leave a convenience store. But Bradford believes the use of force was unjustified. The ABC 7i team has obtained video of the tasing incident that followed, and we want to warn you, some of the footage and images might be hard to watch.
I never look the same again or feel the same, quite frankly.
Dominic Bradford's right eyelid is stitched together after he underwent 4 surgical procedures. The Chicago man says he may never see out of this eye again after he was tased in the face by a police officer.
This is what my reality is now. I don't wish this on my worst enemy.
The incident happened on March 18th. The 22-year-old says he and his friends were on their way home from a sports bar and they stopped by a convenience store in Robbins.
He stopped at the liquor store real quick, you know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of y'all is thinking, well, what did he do? Or he didn't deserve that.
He says a store clerk thought he had recognized him.
That became a minor back and forth of, I think I've seen you. No, you haven't. I've never been here before. That's when I knocked on the glass for the item back.
You say, can he sue? Yes, he's already suing. It said that, you couldn't see it down here at the bottom. You say he's suing the police department. Well, suing Robbins police. Go ahead.
You haven't. I've never been here before. That's when I knocked on the glass for the item behind the counter.
Bradford says a Robbins police officer who happened to be in the store asked him to stop knocking on the glass. He says words were exchanged and he was asked to leave. Bradford says he followed orders and left. And that's where the officer's body cam video begins.
He said he followed orders and left. Here we go.
You come back up to the glass and you seem frustrated, upset. You seem to be yelling.
Well, I was frustrated, upset, being removed from an establishment for no reason.
In the video, you can see Bradford and his friends walking to their vehicle. The officer approaches and orders Bradford to get into the car.
Hey, you got 2 seconds to get in the car.
Bradford's friends try to intervene, and things escalate. Bradford is tased and then advances toward the officer.
Sit down.
Bradford is tased a second time in the face. Moments later, the officer calls for backup, and Bradford reemerges.
If there's anyone watching the body cam video and they say, if his behavior weren't the way it was, we wouldn't be here, what would your response be to that?
Stop. That's a great question because that's something that I would say. If his behavior wasn't what it was, he would have both of his eyes right now. Yep, he bought that on himself. He bought that on himself. This is what I be trying to tell y'all. Stop having court in the streets. You is not going to win. And then he got tased the first time, and then he approached the officer even more because he's angrier. So he had to pop his ass twice. The officer had to ask him before he even tased him, get in the car. Y'all know how we is. You ain't finna tell me what to goddamn do out here in these doggone street. He said, get in the car. He didn't get in the car. So he got tased once, then he got tased twice. Did you know that after he got tased the second time, what did he do immediately? He went inside in the car. Now listen to what this attorney is finna say when the lady asks the question of, well, if anybody was to say, well, we wouldn't be in this situation if it wasn't due to his behavior, what would you say?
if his behavior weren't the way it was, we wouldn't be here. What would your response be to that?
Sure, I'm not here to sugarcoat the fact that Dominic was angry, but he's outside the store. That's the key. He followed his command.
So he outside the store, he followed his command. So you're saying that it stops right there?
Police officers, quite frankly, are trained to not emotionally react, particularly when they're not being placed in danger.
A Village of Robbins spokesperson says it does not comment on matters of litigation, but did say in part, quote, a Robbins police officer was engaged in an incident outside a local business with an individual in which the police body camera shows was irate and noticeably intoxicated during the exchange. All of which was in response to the owner of the local business requesting the officer to have the individual leave the store following a prior hostile exchange. An ambulance was called to the scene and Bradford was taken to the hospital.
It was difficult to view, so to see, like blood on his face, his eye almost hanging out of his head.
This is mama.
No mother, no father, no parent should ever have to see their child in that situation.
Bradford and his attorney now suing the Village of Robbins and the officer who tased him. They believe the use of force was unjustified. Bradford denies being intoxicated on the night in question, maintaining he was upset that he had to leave the store after being misidentified by the clerk. I asked Bradford why he advanced at the officer after being tased the first time.
I was still in a mode of protection because I had just witnessed this officer push my friend out of the way in order to tase me.
He just witnessed the officer push his friend out of the way in order to tase him. So you saying that you lost your eye behind some monkey?
To tase me. It was very intense and everything was happening super fast.
I feel confident in saying that video does not display his proudest moment. But in that video, I watched him and his friend walk away. So I don't understand why he pursued them.
I forgive you.
Y'all didn't hear what he just said. Y'all did not hear what he just said. Oh, y'all did not just hear that right there. Watch this.
So I don't understand why he pursued them.
I forgive you.
He said, I forgive you.
Because I should.
Because I should.
And
that's his mom and them talking.
The police department definitely needs to do better training.
The Robbins police officer in this incident has not been charged with a crime and is still with the police department. Bradford, who was tased, was not arrested or charged with a crime during this incident. The Robbins Police Department says its mission is to service the citizens of Robbins with a high level of integrity. They say they are cooperating with Illinois State Police to investigate this matter.
Say he his own ops. Facts. I don't think that he even wanted to say, I forgive you. I think that they did this interview. They did this interview to get the empathy and the sympathy. And also, but I got to give it to him. His behavior, his speech, everything was perfect during this interview. I liked that part about him now. I liked that part about him. He's speaking well. He's not hood and ghetto as he's speaking. But then he played the I forgive you to seem like, I guess that'll put him in the I am not like a really, really angry black man out here in these streets. But or to show some type of religious, I'm Christian, so I have to forgive you. You know what I'm saying? I bet his mama had done told him, listen, make sure you say that you forgive him.
That video, I watched him and his friend walk away. So I don't understand
why. Because how in the hell you just lost your eye and you forgiving him here? I can't take y'all serious when y'all be doing that right there, man.
He pursued them.
I forgive you.
I forgive you. I think that he knows that the lawsuit, he just may get a few dollars. Because watch this here.
Because I should.
Watch it.
And the police department definitely needs to do better training.
Right there. The police department needs to do better training because in his mind, he just became a millionaire. But this is my opinion. He say he a rapper. Got to be more careful. Say, I forgive you. I like that right there. But listen, young players, this is why I be trying to tell y'all, dog. Hold on. This is why I be trying to tell y'all, your mouth, though. Your mouth is everything.
For no reason.
In the video, you can see Bradford and his friends walking to their vehicle. The officer approaches and orders Bradford to get into the car.
Orders him to get in the car. Do y'all see how angry he is right here? Okay, you already been saying, hey, you got to get out the store. You got to get out the store, dog. To go ahead. Walk your ass, get your ass in the car. That's what you should have did. Listen, he could have still been talking crap while getting his ass inside the car. That's all you had to do. But
and orders Bradford to get into the car.
Hey, you got 2 seconds to get in the car. You
got 2 seconds to get in the car. Shout out to the females. I got to give them props too. Shout out to our doggy females out here who tried to save his life. Who tried to save his eye. Get in the car. So watch this. Some people may say the police was the problem with telling him to get inside the car. The women was telling him to get inside the car also. So you should have got your ass inside the car. There's 3 people here telling you to get in the car. You don't want to listen to none of them.
got 2 seconds to get in the car. You got 2.
Bradford's friends try to intervene and things escalate.
I dare you. There y'all go with that dumb shit. I dare you to shoot it. I'ma sue you. Do y'all even understand that these tasers can actually kill you? Especially if you have like a little bad heart or something like that right there. So you all would dare the police officers to damn near kill you because you gonna sue. Well, if anything, if you go in on you and die, your mama gonna sue. You know what I'm saying? But you're not gonna be able to enjoy the paper. You're gonna be dead. But we be out here talking stupid. Here you go.
Escalate.
He said, touch her again. So he did realize that the police officer had touched her. And what the police officer did was move her so he can tase him. He said that he was upset because the officer pushed my friend so he can tase me. No, he didn't push your friend. He moved her back because if he pushed her, he would have pushed her on you. He moved her back so she wouldn't get tased. That means that the officer did not even try to tase her, did not even try to harm her. Why? Because she wasn't the problem. She wasn't the problem. You the problem, pimp.
Bradford is tased.
Touch her again. What was you gonna do if he would have touched her again? And this is where my problem be with a whole bunch of, we be doing this shit so much right here, dog. So what was you gonna do if he would have touched her again? Nothing. And the reason I can say that you were gonna do nothing is because he touched her the first time and then you got tased and you didn't do nothing. You kept doing this shit. And when we do this with no action, that's like a prayer going unnoticed. See, prayer with action, equals something, right? Prayer without action, no, you can. Just saying, you ain't do nothing the first time.
Bradford is tased and then...
It's kind of like if a dude slap your little la in the face and you say, slap her again. I bet you won't slap her again. He slapped her the first time, he ain't do shit. That means that you're really not going to do shit the second time. Just saying.
Bradford is tased and then advances toward the officer.
And do y'all understand this right here too? An officer will only tase you twice. Watch it. You typically only get tased twice if the first tase don't work. If an officer tase you and you still standing, bitch, in the officer's mind, in our mind in law enforcement, you on that good shit. You own that good, bitch. We giving you, I think like 20, 25,000 votes to 50,000 votes. If we hit you like that right there, boom, and you still talking slick and you still standing, I'm nervous now. Like, I'm really, really nervous. Hell, I was nervous at first when I had Tased. But damn it, I'm really, really nervous. I'm trying to help. But watch this. Watch what look. Watch this shit.
Officer.
Sit down.
Bradford is
You see what I had done told y'all? See, when all this here had done started, he said, get in the car. And he's popping off and shit like that right there. The women even trying to tell him, get in the car, get in the car, get in the car. As soon as his ass gets shot in the face, though, he walked clean back to the car and sat his little hot ass down. He did what the officer told him to do in the beginning. He did what his friend girls told him to do right after the beginning. Now all of a sudden you get popped in the eye, so now you want to go sit down? Gee, you should have stayed standing up, talking slick.
Bradford is tased a second time in the face. Moments later, the officer calls for backup, and Bradford reemerges.
His friend like, ooh, shit, your eye, dog. Your eye.
The officer calls for backup, and Bradford reemerges.
I'm in pain. Now, I believe that you in pain, Pimp, because you got shot in your doggone eye. You got shot in your eye, Playboy. That shit looked like it hurt.
If there's anyone watching the body cam video and they say, if his behavior weren't the way it was, we wouldn't be here, what would your response be to that?
Sure, I'm not here to sugarcoat the fact that Dominic was angry, but he's outside the store.
Do y'all know that didn't answer what that lady just had said? We wouldn't be where we at if it wasn't for his behavior. I'm not gonna sugarcoat his behavior, but he was already out the store. So she won't talk about that part. She's talking about that time once he had done got tased, baby. Once he had done got tased and shit, that's what she talking about. You not answering the question.
The fact that Dominic was angry, but he's outside the store. That's the key. He followed his command.
He followed his command. Yeah, he followed the first command. So what this attorney is trying to tell us that if a police officer give you one command, as long as you follow the one command, then you straight. So if the officer give you another command and another command and another command, you don't have to follow those commands either. Got it. Shout out to Simone for the $5 cash app. Say player can only watch his 12 and his 3 now. For real. He can't see nothing. He in trouble. He in trouble out here. Hold on. You say, Willie, you never. Whoa. Willie, you notice he never said I lost my job or I'll never work again. Bam.
These officers, quite frankly, are trained to not emotionally react.
I don't like this part right here. I don't like the part. God damn it, we breaking it down for y'all right now. Listen to the attorney.
That's the key. He followed his command. Police officers, quite frankly, are trained to not emotionally react, particularly when they're not being placed in danger.
Police officers is particularly trained to not be emotional. Let me make sure I got his words right.
Police officers, quite frankly, are trained to not emotionally react.
Trained to not emotionally react. They trained to not emotionally react. They're trained to not emotionally react. Well, okay, all right. Let's just say that they are. We still forget that they're humans. People who is trained to do some shit mess up. Because why? They're humans. And if that is the case that law enforcement is taught to, which it is, to control your emotions in certain situations, he's right about that right there. But look. So then that also tells us as a society that we need to start doing that as parents, or teaching that as parents. Control your emotions in situations. And this is something that is a problem in the dog eat community, because we're not told, especially the especially the girls. The girls ain't told to control shit out here in the doggone street. But this is something that parents need to do.
Frankly, are trained to not emotionally react.
And I hate how you all be believing that police is not humans. Like they have ups and downs like people who is not police officers.
When they're not being placed in danger.
When they're not being placed in danger. Bitch, he tased him and he kept coming.
Village of Robbins spokesperson says it does not comment on matters of litigation, but did say in part, quote, a Robbins police officer was engaged in an incident outside a local business with an individual in which the police body camera shows was...
And I want y'all to also understand this right here, too. For him to be kicked out of... They said he kicked them out of the liquor store because the cashier or the owner, because typically the cashier, they be the owners, say that he had to recognize them. But dude was like, I have never been here. So you've never been to that liquor store? So y'all was outside of y'all area then, if that's the case. But I can almost believe that the cashier was correct. How many cashiers do y'all believe are going to go that far to have somebody put out of the establishment because he recognized him from a past incident? And think about this right here. If a cashier is telling you, I know you. Yeah, because you was in here on such and such day, you caused this here problem. I can't serve you. You got to get it from around here. Why would you make it difficult for you to leave? Why don't you just leave? It's your money. Why do we fight so much to spend our money in places that people don't want us to spend our money in for whatever reason? If you got to keep arguing with me and I'm trying to find some Hennessy and some shit like that, right there, some Red Bull and all that, them some Crystal Palace, some E&J, some Palmer, some. I'm trying to find the expensive shit, and you just talking. I know you, and I want you outside of my store. I want you. Oh no, then I don't want none of this shit anyway. I'm out of here. You say they all look alike, and listen, I won't want to shop nowhere where people will say out loud that we basically all look alike. Bitch, I got to go anyway. Hell, I'm not even finna argue with y'all like that right now. You got to get out of my store. Mr. Officer, could you put him out myself? Mr. Officer, you ain't got to do shit. I'm leaving. I promise you, I'm leaving. And I'm fine. I'm out of here, dog. But I believe that person had an issue with him prior. Just off his behavior. In my opinion, he has been at that liquor store before.
Irate and noticeably intoxicated during the exchange, all of which was in response.
And he was already intoxicated. Do y'all even understand that that's a bigger reason why this incident happened? The police body cam shows he was irate and noticeably intoxicated during this exchange. Do y'all know that the reporter did not say or did not bring that up when talking to the attorney, and they did not deny. Hell, they did not bring it up and or deny intoxication. So that just lets me know he was intoxicated also. They got damn liquor beasts.
Exchange.
That shit should be illegal after you buy you something. But go ahead.
Which was in response to the owner of the local business requesting the officer to have the individual leave the store following a prior hostile exchange.
See? And I can believe that he's used to going back and forth with motherfuckers because he's doing it outside.
An ambulance was called to the scene, and Bradford was taken to the hospital.
It was difficult to view, so to see.
See, now he all sad in the face. Now he's sad in the face, not because, damn it, your eye gone. But all you had to do is follow directions, follow instructions.
Was taken to the hospital.
It was difficult to view.
I know ain't nobody else gonna really tell him that he caused his own problem, but don't worry about it, player. I'm gonna tell you cause your own problem. Hell, the majority of us cause our own problems. Because we don't know how to conflict resolute. We don't know when to shut up. We don't know when to follow instructions. especially when it comes down to the police and we have a problem with the police. So y'all be careful. Don't end up like this right here. Don't do it. Now they're going to put in a lawsuit and they're going to get some paper. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. They're going to get some type of paper. Hold on. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let's see what the good people in the comment section saying then. Shout out to T. Lee for the $2 super chat. He said, if he wins this, they all should quit. That's a good one right there. Let's see what they're saying. Suing Robinson's think you're gonna get some money is insane. Ooh. Guy is a usual suspect. Irate, irrational, irresponsible, and the police was justified to tase him twice. I'm in agreement with that right there. Convenience store, bro, it's a damn liquor store. 1,000% justifiable use of force. He said, I swear everyone these days is looking for a payday. I'm in agreement with that. He was unruly when his chest was tased, but the tase to the face corrected his behavior quickly. Facts. Just comply with the police orders and leave. You will still have your eye. I'm so glad people is really calling it for what it is. I don't want to read that whole thing right there. They say this exactly is the reason why I don't have a wanderlust of going everywhere. Still a lawsuit. Yeah. What does father have to say? That's a good one right there. Dude could go to Hollywood for all that acting. They say his eye was almost hanging out of his head when he got tased. Hey, that's his bad thing. And this is just some of the comments. Do not follow in his footsteps. You say this black fatigue. Moving right along. I ain't gonna eat much of you.